Lesson 38. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. Your holiness is totally unlimited in its power because it establishes you as a son of God at one with the mind of His Creator. Through your holiness, the power of God is made manifest. Through your holiness, the power of God is made available. And there is nothing the power of God cannot do. Your holiness, then, can remove all pain, can end all sorrow, and can solve all problems. It can do so in connection with yourself and with anyone else. It is equal in its power to help anyone because it is equal in its power to save anyone. If you are holy, so is everything God created. You are holy because all things He created are holy, and all things He created are holy because you are. In today's exercises, we will apply the power of your holiness to all problems, difficulties, or suffering in any form that you happen to think of in yourself or in someone else. We will make no distinctions because there are no distinctions. In the 4 longer practice periods, each preferably to last a full 5 minutes, repeat the idea for today, close your eyes, and then search your mind for any sense of loss or unhappiness of any kind as you see it. Try to make as little distinction as possible between a situation that is difficult for you and one that is difficult for someone else. Identify the situation specifically and also the name of the person concerned. Use this form in applying the idea for today. In the situation in which I see myself, there is nothing that my holiness cannot do. In the situation in which sees himself, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. From time to time, you may want to vary this procedure and add some relevant thoughts of your own. You might like, for example, to include thoughts such as, there is nothing my holiness cannot do because the power of God lies in it. Introduce whatever variations appeal to you, but keep the exercises focused on the theme, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. The purpose of today's exercises is to begin to instill in you a sense that you have dominion over all things because of what you are. In the frequent shorter applications, apply the idea in its original form unless a specific problem concerning you or someone else arises or comes to mind. In that event, use the more specific form in applying the idea to it. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. This is one of my favorite workbook lessons because it is so good. That exercise, do that exercise like it says. Be as specific as you can be with this lesson because it will work that much harder for you. It's going to heal you in places that you didn't even realize there was something coming up, that you felt there's some limitation, that you felt like you couldn't be helpful. Who knows what it is for you? There is nothing your holiness cannot do. The power of God through you, because there's nothing God cannot do. So it's really re-emphasizing our identity, who we are, what we are, this lesson says, and that can solve all problems for you or anyone else. My ego likes to take on the voice of, it's the imposter syndrome. This is very common. But mine, I know my ego's greatest hits. It's, who are you to do that? You could never do that. You can't make a difference, blah, 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 blah. It's very much a voice of limitation. And this lesson is teaching us, no. That voice is lying to you because it wants you to stay stuck in that smallness and sense of limitation. There is nothing your holiness cannot do. There is no order of difficulty in miracles because it's not you working it. You're the vessel that is being, the channel that is being worked through. It's the power of God coming through you and working that miracle. So we have to get to that place of being comfortable with the limitless power of our holiness, that our divinity and who we are as God created us has no bounds, and that when we tap into that, there really is no limitation, no limit to the miracles that are worked and what we can overcome and transform. Because you understand, if we were relying, the Course says, on our own readiness and abilities, we would be scared, right? But when you get that it's God working through you, we take the second place to gain the first. And it's like, okay, move through me, God. We come to understand and really get comfortable with the limitless nature of our holiness, that it is God within us that is moving, what is that saying? In us, through us, as us in the world. That we are the channels, we are the vessels, we are the miracle workers, but we're not the healer. It's God moving through us, using our hands, using our feet, using our minds, using our intellect, using our voices in the world of form. That our divinity knows no bounds. It's not because we of ourselves are special. It's because God is all-encompassing love and wisdom and power, and He created us to be like Him. So we're all special in that way, and He moves through us. When we tap into that, when we step back and surrender and allow ourselves to be used and guided, the Course says we take the second place to gain the first, which is really the power position, because we stop interfering and let God work through us. We become the channel, the vessel, the miracle worker. Then there really is nothing that we cannot overcome, nothing that we cannot transform, no miracle that cannot be worked when we allow God to do it through us. And like the Course says, there is no order of difficulty in miracles because we're not doing it. It's God working through us. There is nothing our holiness cannot do. And the miracle worker really recognizes that your holiness, your divinity, the nature of who you really are, the truth of who you are, is a catalyst for change, not only in your own personal life and relationships, but in the world as well. That once you really recognize and claim that power within yourself, you begin to affect change and transformation, blessings and healing and miracles, not only for your personal relationships, but collectively. There is nothing your holiness cannot do. Let this be a call to action, because like I said, not only will it transform your personal relationships, the world needs you to step into your recognition, your awakening, your power of who you really are. The world needs more love-inspired action right now. The world needs you to wake up. The world needs your love. The world needs your light. The world needs healing and holiness now more than ever. If you are alive at this time in the world, you were born for this moment right now, to recognize who you truly are and to get about your Father's business, to get about finding those solutions, to get about working those miracles in the world. It is time for you to step into your role as a miracle worker. It is time for you to realize your holiness can make a difference. God can do anything. Your holiness, there's nothing it cannot do. Your holiness that can transform anything, overcome anything. The power of God through you, the power of love through you. Once you realize that, you start to meet people who are of the same mindset, and ideas grow stronger as when they're shared, and then you become a team, you collaborate, and that is how we change the world. We need you now to understand there is nothing your holiness cannot do. God is waiting for you to embrace who you truly are, and so is the world. There is nothing your holiness cannot do. Let this one be one of your battle cries like it is for me. We need you. We need your holiness. We need your hands. We need your feet. We need your minds. We need your voice. We need your love. We need your holiness here in the world. So let's go, modern miracle worker. Time to get to work.